Welcome, welcome. We are back with back day. Lift 4 out of 5, arms after this. So this is like the last kind of bigger workout. It's a good day so far. I came in, talked to my gym wife, my gym habibi, and then my homeboy Chimdi. He's a really cool guy. We've kind of known each other for a while, and then today we actually talked for a decent length, like, hey, what do you do for work? What do I do for work? He's got the 2-phone situation as well. You know, he's a software engineer like me, or he's a solutions engineer, so similar, same thing. I think he said Salesforce. So that's cool. And talk about travel. He travels a lot, just like me. So, you know, us software engineers, we got that travel bug and all that. So it's cool. And he seems young. But yeah, he's got a kid that's 14. I mean, he could have had his kid young and he could still be about my age. But you know what I mean? It's like everyone has kids that I know. It's not that crazy because, well, I'm 26, so, you know, people younger than me have kids, and that's normal. So the interesting thing is about when you age is that after about 18, 21, something like that, or at least between 22 and 32, you don't really age. You mature, and most of your stuff is like mental maturity, mental growth. But physically, I mean, yeah, my muscles might get bigger, but I don't actually change. I still feel like I'm maybe 20, 22 when I first moved here. I moved to Colorado after college when I was 22. And thinking I'm 26 now, it's like, you know, what happened? I still feel like I'm 22. I didn't get, you know, bad elbows or get older, like in terms of, you know, like I'm not losing my mind. I can still hear, I can still see, I can still talk, I can still have good memory, all of that. So it's weird to get older without feeling and really looking older or anything. I got a beard, but I could shave it and I'd look young again, or younger. Anyway, yeah, so it's odd because me being 26, and then if I'm dating a woman who's 21, you know, it's like, that's a big gap. I'm not really comfortable with that gap. However, it's physically, both of us, our bodies are fully developed. And so now it's just a matter of waiting for the age to show around maybe 35 or 40 when the gray hairs might start coming in or something, or wrinkles might start coming in. So yeah, it's interesting because, you know, my friends can be 40 years old, 35, or 21, and have kids or not have kids that are almost my age, and it feels like we're all the same age because we just all kind of look like we just don't look old yet, and we don't look baby-faced because we're all past puberty. Anyway, we're doing rows to start out. This cycle, so I do 5-week cycles, and this 5-week cycle, today's the first week of the 5-week cycle because it's week 6, so, you know, the first 5 are over. I'm switching it up a little bit for this back day. Typically, I would do rows and rows, and then I would do pull-ups. Instead of pull-ups, we're going to do the cable pull-downs, single-arm cable pull-downs. So a little switch up there, and then for the rear delts, we're going to do the reverse cable flies. So we're starting to switch up a little bit of the workouts compared to doing the same exact thing week over week over week, which is going to be a little bit exciting, a little bit fun. It's going to just give a little bit more variety, and with that variety will hopefully come, you know, more muscle contraction and connection and all of that. It's been a little while talking now. I guess I typically do about a 5-minute intro talking about what's going on in my day and all that. So, yeah, here we are, and we're going to do this workout. I feel great. I feel really great. I got that pre-workout in me. Doing cable pull-downs now. The other row machine was taken. The guy was really nice about it. He was saying, you know, like, he's going to be 10 minutes. Do you want to work in? I was like, not really. And then He said he would come find me when he's done. He would leave his bag there, stuff like that. So that's really nice of him. We're gonna do 75 pounds again. One of the reasons that I've decided to do pull downs instead of pull ups as a vertical movement for back today is because I'm going to the office, and I'm going to be in the office for quite a long time. This is my more comfortable wheelchair here because it's got a little bit higher backrest, a little bit more comfortable backrest. The other wheelchair is my bodybuilding wheelchair, so this one is just more comfortable to be in during the day. And because I'm going to the office directly after the gym, I want to have this wheelchair with me. And because I have this wheelchair with me in the gym, that means I'm not going to do pull-ups in it. I guess I could, but it's really not optimized for pull-ups, so I'd rather just do something else, which I'm doing. This seatbelt hurts. The seatbelt's really not good. And also because of these bars in the back, my arm kind of hits them. So that's why this wheelchair is not my gym chair. It's not good for it. Honestly, this seatbelt is a really poor design as well. This is my travel chair because I can get the handlebars on it. I'm thinking my next trip will be Taiwan and Thailand with Estefano and my brother. So we'll see about making that work. But that'd be really fun to do. I have a friend in Taiwan, so visit him, that'd be cool. And then Thailand would be cool. And the thing is, if I'm with people, then what's up, bro? How you doing?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Sure. Oh yeah, in Thailand, because it's not very accessible. Taipei, I think it's very accessible, but Thailand isn't really set up for that. So having friends with me would mean that, you know, I can get some help and do more. Because I definitely wouldn't do a solo trip to Thailand, like Chiang Mai or whatever. But yeah, so that was 13 reps, and now we're going to do the next 2 sets, and then we're going to be moving on to rows. We're here at rows. The guy who I was waiting for this, you know, came up and was like, hey dude, I'm done, and then waited for me to get back here. So I still have one more set of the cable pull downs, but I kind of pinched my back in a bad way. It's because of this wheelchair, I swear. The seatbelt was killing me because there's this little piece on it that was just digging into my hips, which I have no fat or skin or muscle, whatever. My hips are just skin and bone because that's roughly where my injury or like my lack of movement starts, like right around my hip bone. And so like the hip adductors and abductors and stuff. Anyway, so I kind of, oh my god, that guy's doing such a silly workout. Composure. Yeah, so I pinched my back a little bit because of the bar and everything, so I did some weird form to try to not have the seatbelt dig into my hip. And anyway, we're here now, so I'm going to do this set here. We're at 180 pounds, and then I'll go back to the cable pull downs, just do one more set of that, and then we're going to move on to the shoulder workouts. Pretty good overall, pretty good. I feel good. I did want to mention, before it's too late, for accountability, if I don't do this, then someone else should do this. Now, I don't use Facebook, but I want to create a Facebook group because I think this is the best place to do it. I can be an admin and I can control who joins and not. I want to create a group only of people in wheelchairs for us to kind of couch surf. I had this idea of couch surfing because I want to travel around America. I just got a scam message. I want to travel around America because I can work remotely and stuff like that. This is after Olympia, but I want to go visit LA. I want to go to the Venice Beach, like the Muscle Beach gym and stuff. I want to go to Seattle. I want to go to Texas or the East Coast, anything. I like to travel, and if I can travel around America, that'd be awesome. What's better is if I can crash at my friend's house. However, a lot of my friends don't have a way for a wheelchair to really work. But after all this wheelchair bodybuilding stuff, I know quite a few people in wheelchairs, which means I could say, is it okay if I just come crash on your couch for 2 nights, 1 night? And knowing that they're in a wheelchair, I know that I can do it. I know that if they can get into their house, I can get into their house, that type of idea. And so it's kind of like this Airbnb couch surf idea, but only for people in wheelchairs, because then we know that it's accessible. I was looking at Istanbul for Airbnb. There's thousands and thousands of Airbnbs if you just look in Istanbul. If you filter by accessible for wheelchair, there's zero. Zero. Literally none. And I suspect that when you add that filter for wheelchair accessible, it's just that no one has added that to their Airbnb, because I'm sure there are a lot that are accessible. They just don't add it to the listing. So when you filter by it, they don't show. And there's got to be people in Istanbul that are in wheelchairs. So if there's a Facebook group with people all over the world in wheelchairs who are connected and say, yeah, come on over to my country, you can crash with me for 1 or 2 nights, and I'll show you around, and have that type of connection, I would love to do that. And it requires a lot of trust, and this is why it would be a private Facebook group where you only allow certain people, because if I'm going to someone's house, they have to trust that I'm a cool person and a respectful guest, and I have to trust that they're also a cool person and a respectful host, I guess. So that's one of my ideas, and I would like to do that soon. And I think I will. Just, maybe this weekend or something. It takes a little bit of time to set up and then spread it around, get the word spread. But yeah, I thought I'd say that because if anyone else has the motivation to do it and maybe do it better than me, by all means, take the idea. All right, that's too much talking. Let's do these rows. Last 2 workouts, doing this lateral raise here, and then we're going to do the reverse machine chest flies. Got my Ascent training shirt on. A guy came up to me. I was talking to my buddy, the one who came to me earlier, Trent, and a guy came up and was like, hey, I don't want to interrupt. I have something that I would love for you to try out. He says it's like a workout thing, like a proprioception to help people with neurological dysfunctions for gyms and stuff. I wasn't fully following. He was a little nervous, so it was not the most coherent explanation. But also, the first time when you hear something that you're not familiar with, it's a little bit hard to remember all the details. So, yeah, I messed up my back on that last workout. I did loop back around to do the last set of cable pull downs, FYI. But anyway, yeah, so this guy asked if I'd be willing to try it out in a couple days or something, and so we'll coordinate that. Usually I'm pretty protective about my time and giving it to other people like that. I remember after my Toronto show, I got, I won the show and I got the qualification for Olympia, and I was waiting to do the interview with for the wheelchair bodybuilding website stuff. So that is on my YouTube, by the way, if you wanted to see that interview. And it's just a quick interview, just talking about how do you feel and all of that. And someone else came up and they were like, hey, we have some new Instagram channel and we're doing interviews. We'd like to interview you. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And he was kind of taken back. I was like, what, did you not expect me to say no? He was like, huh? I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because I wanted to leave, because Estefanio and I had to drive home that night from Toronto to Detroit. And also I wanted to go eat. And, I'm not going to do interviews for some new Instagram channel that I'm not familiar with just to help them grow. I mean, that's a little bit selfish, but at the same time, sorry, dude. I mean, I'm protecting that part of my time and all that. However, for this guy, it's more related to disability and wheelchair and all that. So I figure I can connect him to new ability. So if I can't do any help, then at least maybe he can get connected to a wider network of where his thing could have more impact, because I don't know if it will even benefit me or not. So that's the other thing, is if he wants me to do a review and my review is, it doesn't seem to work for me or something, then that's a bad review and you don't want to publish that. So I'll see what it's about, maybe give it a try or not, depending on how I foresee it going, and then go from there. Anyway, I'm going to do this workout. Yeah, that was rough. I can see in the mirror my kind of shakiness, and 40 pounds. In the camera, it doesn't look like I go up that high, but it's more about the joint getting there rather than my arm getting there. Because if the shoulder gets the exercise, that's what I care about. But I do notice in my workouts, even when I do bench press, it feels like I'm going all the way up. But then in the camera, it doesn't. Just because I don't lock out my elbows to go super straight, it looks like I'm doing half reps, but they're really pretty full reps, and my chest gets the full squeeze because it's all about chest anyway. So yeah, I feel like I have to defend myself a little bit there. Because I'm looking in these videos and I'm like, dang, I thought I was better than that. But I know that when I am doing the workout, it's doing what it needs to do. And that's an important message too for anyone working out. Focus on good form to isolate the muscle or get the exercise correct. But once you have the fundamental form kind of mastered, you can do your own variations to make it work for you. And that's what's important. You know, everyone works out a little bit different because your body's a little bit different. And if you want to do half reps, do half reps. You're going to do more reps anyway, so just make sure that you get to 3 reps in reserve, and then it doesn't matter. Stretching the muscle can help to get more stretch in the muscle, helps with muscle growth and everything. But unless you're really, really plateaued, it doesn't matter. You're going to grow anyway. So, you know, I think people are giving too much attention to the small details when it's really just, did you get a good workout? Are you sore? Did you feel good about it? Did the right muscle get targeted? And if those are all a yes, then you're fine. All right, this is take 4. Reverse flies. So I have a really good community here. Every day I'm coming in, I'm starting to slowly meet more and more people. And it would be really cool if I could create some type of group, like Instagram group or something, where, you know, it's just all of my gym friends and we can all be like, yo, I'm on my way, I'm coming in, where you guys at? You know, stuff like that. I don't know if everyone, because I'm kind of acquainted with a lot of people, but I don't know if the other people would care to be acquainted with each other. I don't know. But I am connected with a lot of them myself, which is nice. So I'm making more friends here in the gym, building up my community, and it feels good. It feels good to come in the gym and have 5 or 6 people that I can go around and be like, hey, how's it going? How are you? What's going on? And stuff like that. The connections are really useful for just feeling good about life. You know, just a social life is great. I'm an extrovert, and it's, you know, this is what I love. I love coming to a place full of people and knowing them and being able to have little small conversations every day that can build up. I was 14, felt pretty good. That's the end of today's workout. I've done like 5 takes just for this set because I kept having like half thoughts that would hardly get out. I love you. Goodbye.